Hi everybody, this is our stage makeup tutorial, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Right now I believe I'm priming my face with a primer I found somewhere in my drawer. Not so important. Yes. Now I'm using CoverGirl Nature Luxe Foundation in the shade 355, and I'm just putting a pea-sized amount of that, blending it onto my fingers, dabbing it onto my face, and then blending it in. This is going to provide a nice, smooth, even canvas for the makeup and even out your skin tone. And be sure to blend it into your jawline, neck, and hairline so that it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask if your foundation doesn't match. Here's my concealer, CoverGirl something something. I'll be applying this to my dark circles, patting on the product instead of rubbing to keep the product where you want it and not blend it out too much. And repeating on the other eye, making sure to blend out all of the edges, and then applying to any blemishes to even out your skin tone, or to your nose if you've been blowing your nose like me. Okay, here's my palette with my bronzer. That's the shade I'll be using on that brush, and it's nice and cute. I'm putting a little bit of that on the brush. I'll be tapping off the excess, and then I'm going to make the fishy face to find the hollows of my cheeks so that I can create more shadows there and emphasize my cheekbones. So we're just blending that in to create definition on my face. And I'm sorry I sound like a chain smoker because I have a cold. So a little bit on my temples and on my jawline as well to add more emphasis. Other side, here we go, singing like a chain smoker. A little bit on my nose and forehead too. Now I'll be blending it out with a flat top kabuki brush just to make sure that there are no harsh lines because you want shadows, not lines. Next, a natural-looking Raspberry Sheen blush from Sephora that Kevin got me because he's a nice boy, on a small blush brush. So put that on the brush, tap off the excess, smile to find the apples of your cheeks, pat the product on, and then blend up and out towards your temples. This is just going to make sure that you have a nice, rosy, natural-looking glow on stage because the stage lights are so harsh. They are going to wash out your face completely, and you don't want to look like a zombie. Because that is not a pretty thing to look like. No. I don't know why I put that on my nose, but I'm blending it out a little bit, making sure to blend away from my nose and up towards my temples so that I don't have too much red towards the middle of my face. Now this is the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer in the shade Sheer, and I will be putting that on the eyelid as such and blending it out. This is going to make sure that your shadows stay in place and don't crease, which is never cute. I'm putting a little bit of that on my inner corner too to pick up a little bit of shadow we're putting there. The primer also helps grab the shadows and makes your eyeshadow more vibrant and lively and cute. Next is a taupe-colored eyeshadow, a little bit darker than your skin tone, whatever is a little bit darker than yours. On a flat eyeshadow brush, you can use a sponge if that's what you have. Pack it onto the brush or sponge, whichever you're using, and pat that onto the eyelid. Don't rub because it's going to cause fallout. And blend that on the eyelid and a little bit, the eyelid, and a little bit up into the crease. And repeat on the other eye. Something's in my eye, sorry about that. Next is my favorite eyeshadow palette ever, and I'm using this for that dark brown right there on a nice crease brush, or you could use your sponge, whichever you have, once again. Put that onto the brush, tap off the excess so you don't get fallout, and now we are going to be blending this into the crease, which is that area that I'm blending it into. Start off really, really lightly because you don't want to get too much product on at one time. So a little bit on the outer half of your eyelid and mostly concentrate it into the crease. As discussed with the bronzer, this is just going to help emphasize the shadows of your face. So since light naturally does not hit the crease as much, we are emphasizing that. Don't be afraid to put color in your crease. I know it looks kind of scary and dark when you're doing it in person, but from the stage it really helps you see what the people actually look like. So here is the eye look so far. Next I'll be taking a nice white shadow on a brush, and I'm using that on the brow bone. This is going to highlight and lift up that area to make you look more awake. Sorry about my eyebrow, he's dancing all over. And then a little bit of that same white in the inner corner to brighten up your eyes and also make you look more awake. That is the eye look so far. Next is the Milani Eye-Tech Liquid Eyeliner in the shade 01 Black. Shake well before use. I forgot. But I almost dropped it. That's probably why I forgot. So it's just a nice felt-tipped marker, which makes it really easy to apply. So holding the skin on the outside of the eye taut, draw a really thin line as close to the eyelashes as possible, making the line thicker on the outer part and thinner on the inside. This is going to take a lot of practice. And I know it's scary at first, and it is really hard at first, but once you do it a couple times, you should be a pro. Don't be afraid to work really slow, too, because it's going to prevent mistakes. I actually forgot to set my face with a powder foundation, so I'm doing that now. Just a nice skin tone powder on a brush that I dropped, and lightly dust that on. That's going to help set your makeup, especially the concealer we use, since it's kind of a creamy formula. Next, Revlon Colorstay Eyeliner in Black Noir Negro, and most people will be applying this on the waterline, which is the area right there, and you just lightly run the pencil across, but I have really sensitive and small eyes, so instead, I will be lining under the lash line with the same Milani Eye-Tech pencil. And I know it looks scary and crazy and really dark, but please remember that we will be on stage, and this is not, you know, real-life everyday makeup that you'd be wearing, so don't be scared. Here's the other eye. I hope you like it. And notice I'm only doing the outer 2/3 to make my eyes look bigger. Eye look so far. I already put on mascara this morning, so I'm not going to do it again, but I would curl my lashes and put on the mascara. Right now I'm brushing my eyebrows with a toothbrush to get them straight, and using an eyeshadow that's 1 to 2 shades lighter on a flat eyeliner brush, just to run a little bit of that color through my eyebrows and make them more defined and dark. This isn't as important with me because I have pretty dark brows, but especially with blonde girls or if you have thin brows, my pet peeve, the biggest one ever, is when girls go on stage and you can't see their eyebrows because you look like aliens. So now I'm just running the brush again through there. Lip liner. I'm not using lip liner because I have really full lips, so if you have small lips, use it. And I'm applying my red lipstick. Use any kind you want. As you can see, I have a really weird way of putting it on and blotting it, but just do whatever works for you. And do that too so you don't get it on your teeth. Here is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys really liked it. This was really hard to film and edit, and it's really hard to do a voiceover, especially when you have a cold. There's the eyes, there's the lips, and I hope you had a nice time. Thanks for coming. Bye.